yourself, did
No,
you?
I had so much fun here, I decided to come right back.
Well,
so.
good. And you're looking for another 425 at least, huh?
I take it.
Yeah. And Peter, let's see. You have won, and you, of course, had the big day not only in moving up to the finals in our last show, but also getting the 3 strikes in a row. And you won last week, and now you're going to go out of the country to defend the championship next week with the...
yeah, I'm going to try to make it 3 in a row.
That's the international. It's going to be in Moncton, New Brunswick this year, I understand.
Right,
The American team against the Canadian. Well, good luck to you, Ben, today, and good luck to you, Bob, and we'll get started right after this.
Candlepin Bowling is sponsored in part by True Value Hardware Stores.
Chester, whom you just met and who you met last summer, as he was a fine competitor who just missed being in our championship show. He's single and employed as a pharmacist for Thayer Corporation. It's his 8th overall appearance on our show. An excellent spare to begin. He's representing the Circle Bowl, Linfield, Massachusetts. He had a 686 in winning his roll-off. That's for 5 strings. His current league average, 123. He is 8, has a fill on his spare, and is left with a 1 and 2 to make it 2 in a row. Made it. So a great start for Bob Reynolds. Now our defending champion, Peter Flynn, with a league average of 128. And speaking of roll-offs, he had a 679 in winning his 5-string roll-off. Peter from Woburn, married, father of 2, Craig and Sean, employed by A.W. Chesterton Company. And he begins with a spare with a 4-horseman left side. Bonus ball. A lot of wood, and he's got the goalposts to work on. But he won't get 3 points if he puts it between them. Going for the wood. No. It's a 10. Now, challenger Bob Reynolds comes up with an opportunity to get 3 marks in a row, and as you who watch the show all the time know, 3 marks in a row will establish a bonus of $50. That is 3 marks in a row on the same string. Six is the fill, and he'll be working on the 2, 4, 5, and 7. Nope. So there'll be no bonus money at the moment. $9. In addition to the 3 marks in a row establishing a bonus of $50, then once that's done, each subsequent consecutive mark in that same string would be worth $50 apiece as long as the bowler can keep it going. And for 3 strikes in a row, an additional bonus of $1,000. And should a bowler put together 4 strikes in a row, or 5, it would be basically, after the 3 strikes in a row and the additional bonus of $1,000, then $1,000 for each consecutive strike after those 3 in the same string. A 10. Peter Flynn. High single 204, high triple 480 to go with that 128 average. Single pin to pick up, the 2-pin. Made it. A Our referee and lob line judge, Ralph Stewart, goes down and gets a piece of wood that had not been caught by the sweep. And Peter Flynn comes back with a strike on top of his spare. That brings us to the fourth box of the first string, and we will take our first look at the scoreboard here. After 4, it is Peter Flynn, our defending champion, 58 with 2 bonus balls yet to be thrown, and Bob Reynolds, our challenger, is at 53. Hit pin, but it hurts sometimes when you hit it too full. Spread eagle, punching out 1, 5, 8, and 9. That takes care of the left wing. Did not get the 3-pin. One, 2, 7, and 9. One, 2, and 7, but not the 9. Peter Flynn has 2 marks in a row. We'll stand by now to see whether he makes bonus money with 3 marks in a row. First ball gets him 8, but boy, look what it left him. The 4 and the 6, and he used a piece of wood that was next to the 6 and moved it left, but not enough. So the fill is 9, and it is not 3 marks in a row. What I was referring to when I was talking to Peter about next Tuesday, the 17th, he's on the USA South team, champions for the past 2 years, and they're going to defend their title in Moncton, New Brunswick, against the Canadian team. And the USA team, South team, is made up of Peter Flynn, Gary Carrington, John Miller, Bob Kelly, Captain Jack Ray, and our own Don Riley. Boy, nice try. Speaking of Don Riley, he has another distinction which Bob Reynolds remembers well, because Bob Reynolds' last defeat was at the hands of Don Riley, 381, 369. Two pins left. Don, of course, is our statistician and coordinator. Ooh! 2 pins there, and it appeared as if he wanted to go to the left of the 3-pin and knock it into the 6 rather than trying to split them. Instead, he went just a little bit too full. One rocking pin. That's the number 3. 3 and 10. Made it. Spare in the 8th. Al Giglio keeping score on that big scoreboard, and Keith Williams keeping score beside me today. Peter Flynn Ralph Stewart right at the lob line. You can see the line right between his feet there, between those beautiful black and white spectator shoes. Not only is our lob line judge, but he's also our referee. And Captain Phil Rubin is our producer and director. He's too shy. He brought in some pictures as he got his new captain's bars. Looks pretty sharp, too, as he took over command of the Boston group. But he's too shy to show them to you, I think. I won't tell you what the camera crew said then. It was too something, but it wasn't too shy. Bob Reynolds, a little bit to the left of the head pin, just missing it. They tumble, but one remains, the 10 pin. That 6-pin to go for a strike, but he'll settle for a spare. Piece of wood right across that number 6. Well, I'm going to get blamed for that now, for anticipating it. Somebody's going to say I jinxed him. .115, and a disappointing opening string for Bob Reynolds. His league average, as I told you, is .123. Now, Peter Flynn, our defending champion, has himself a spare leave. He wants everything to stay just the way it is. 2 pieces of wood in front of the triangle that's made up of the 4, 7, and 8. Ralph Stewart down there looking at a piece of wood to see whether it's going to roll back behind the deadwood line, and it has. So it remains there. For a spare. Spare in the 9th. That's the fill as he winds up with a spread eagle. Right side. A 9. He winds up with a 126, and of course is the winner of the first string and gets the first and only bonus money of the first string. Score at the end of 1, defending champion Peter Flynn 126 and challenger Bob Reynolds 115. On the right side, 3, 5, 6, and 10. They're gone. As Peter Flynn begins the middle string with a spare. Peter made his first appearance on our show back in 1974. Eight is the fill. 5 and 9 are the 2 pins, which he'll try to knock down for 2 marks in a row. made it. A double, 2 spares to begin the middle string. Now Bob Reynolds. He made his first appearance on our show back in 1983. This is kind of tough. He's got the diamond left plus the 7. Basically, it's the 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. He turned away as soon as he knew he was not going to hit the object pin, which was the number 2. The 10. Seven and 8 now with Wood. Just the 7. It's a 9. Peter Flynn, who led by 11, not only has he added 8 more to make it a 19-pin lead, actually 20 because he's got a spare here. He's going to add some more. How many more? 5. 25. That's his lead at the moment. But we have a long way to go. Two, 3, 6, 7, and 9. Or, if you want it, 2 and 7 on the left and 3, 6, 9 on the right. Still a couple there. Strike. Bob Reynolds acutely aware that he has to go to work here. Oh, what a great shot, but the 7 wouldn't go. Beautiful try. Bob has had 2 great disappointments on this show. Once when he rolled a 408 but lost to Tom Olsta with a 419. The other was when he rolled the 425, which won him that particular match. However, it tied in total pins Joe Tavernese, and we for a spot in the championship show, and then we had to go to the tiebreaker. Tiebreaker was always because we keep a record of all these, the tiebreaker was to go to count the number of marks that each had. They had the same. Then we go to who had the most strikes, and that's when Joe Tavernese won it. All right, after 4 here in the middle string, Peter Flynn adding to his lead. Right now he's at 53 with 2 bonus balls to roll to Bob Reynolds 37. Pretty shot. It's a 10, but it's still a pretty shot. Obviously, it's always more spectacular when it winds up being a spare. And a strike. The only bonus money so far, the $50 which Peter Flynn won for winning the first string. Now Bob Reynolds trying to break out of it. He was making some spectacular shots in warm-up. There is such a tiny margin for error with that small ball and the thin pins and 60 feet away. That's why I appreciate the skill of these guys so much. Get a break, yes. So a mark for Bob Reynolds as a piece of wood went over and knocked down the 10, and he's glad to get it. Peter Flynn now working on a strike. 2 more bonus balls. First one, big hit, but the 10 pin wouldn't go. Nine is the fill as he missed the 10 pin, going just a tiny bit too far to the right. Again. For a second there, he had the picket fence, the 7, 8, 9, and 10, but the 8 dropped. A cluster of wood in front of the 7 and the 9, basically, and that's what he'll be using to try to make this. 9 pin wouldn't go. 7 and 10, yes. Next week's challenger comes from Sanford, Maine. Owen Martin. 10 bucks. Now Bob Reynolds hoping that that spear will start him off on a string of marks to end this middle string. Here's the bonus ball. Well, that's a great way to do it. That has to give him some encouragement. Now he has 2 bonus balls to roll. Eight, and a chance now for another mark because he has the 2 and the 5 with 2 pieces of wood in between. And oh no, yes, it finally fell over. For a moment it appeared that that 2 was going to stay there. Oh, that looked like it was going to be highway robbery. Peter Flynn, 2 full on the head pin here. Give Bob Reynolds $50 in bonus money for 3 marks in a row. Five, 7, 8, and 9. Two pieces of wood, one which is across, basically across the 5 and toward the 9, and the other over near the 7. Let's see if he can do it. Yes! He got a slow motion spare. Five was the fill. 134. Now he had an 11-pin lead. Bob Reynolds with $50 in bonus money for 3 marks in a row. Big hit. He got himself an 8-pin drop and a chance to make another spare. It's the 5 and 9. Piece of wood, which he has to wait. He has to wait till it settles down. Yes, he has 4 marks in a row. $100 in bonus money. And he gets a strike. Well, we said that what he was going to try to do was mark his way out, and he sure has done that. He needs 1 pin with 2 bonus balls in order to tie, and then 2 to win this string. Have to be reset. 6-pin fell down. First bonus ball. For a moment, he thought he had. So he gets another $50 in bonus money for winning the string. 9 more. And an excellent 142. 3 pins separating our bowlers right now. It had been an 11-pin lead for Peter Flynn. That has been reduced now to just 3 pins as a result of the 142 by Bob Reynolds. There it is at the end of 2. Peter Flynn, 260. Bob Reynolds, 257. Off a hot second string in which he had marks in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th boxes. Rolling a fine 142 string. As I told you, his league average is 123. What a nice try he made there, but the 7-pin is still up. 9. Spread eagle. Still 4 pins up. Oh, what a shot for a 10. Beautiful shot. Boy, that was pretty. Peter Flynn coming into the 3rd string, our defending champion, leading by 3 pins. Gets everything except the 4-pin. He has it for a spare. 4 pin's still there, but from, the 4 pin is standing as it was in the first box, but he also has to contend with the 10 pin. And is it going to fall? Nope, this one would not go down. Ralph Stewart goes down and picks up the loose pin. Peter Flynn gets a 10 box. Pin lead now for Peter Flynn. Bob Reynolds facing 4 horsemen right side and the tough 8 pin. Made it! Not easy. I want to tell you, that is not an easy one to make. He could see that that was going to go too full on the head pin. He got just 4 pins and winds up with a spread eagle. Great try. But there are still 2 pins, 6 and 10. And just as he approached, a piece of wood started to roll. Peter Flynn back up again. Four, 6, and 7. And 2 pieces of wood around the 6. That's what he's going to use. Got the 6, got the 7, but the 4 still there. 10. Strike. Not what Bob Reynolds wanted to wind up with. Parallel pins, 4 and 5, and behind those, the 7 and 8. There goes the 4, but now 5, 7, and 8 are still there. It's a 9 box as he got 5 and 8. Some of the bowlers that Bob Reynolds has faced in his 7 previous appearances on our show: Jeff Atkins, Tom Olsta, Dick O'Connell, Chris Skalica, Red Gelinas, John Potorsky, and Don Riley. It's an 8. Now Peter Flynn comes up working on a strike. Boy, a lot of names that he has faced. Because he came on back in '74. Spread eagle. First ball getting him 4. Here's the second. Total of 6. Nine. So that matches what Bob Reynolds did. He had a 3-pin lead coming in, and he has added to that 11 more pins, so he's up by 14 in the match. He's 2 full on the head pin, almost a spread eagle. The only difference is that the 7-pin went down also. And he matches 8s. He matched the 9, he matched the 8. 14-pin lead with 4 boxes to go. And we know that Bob Reynolds can get hot because he did that in the middle string with 5 marks in a row. Three, 6, 10 on the right, 4 and 7 on the left. They are still there. Now the third ball. It's a 7 box, so he's gone 9, 8, 7. Actually 10, 9, 8, 7, or if you want to go above that, spare 10, 9, 8, 7. Is it yes, it is a strike. A strike in the 8th. Now Peter Flynn leading by 14 opposite a 7 box here. Time call by Ralph Stewart, who wants to get a check on some of that wood. The pins that are standing are the 3, 6, and 10. He looks at it and he says the wood is still behind the deadwood line, so it must remain there. To be used or avoided. Well, as it turns out, Peter decided to use it and got himself a little disappointment as the 10 is still there. Box. In that first match that Peter Flynn had back in '74, he defeated Al Lacey. Then the next week, Barry Lang. Then Ray Casey. Those are some of the names out of the past that jump out. Spare leave, he has the 2-pin to pick up with wood around it. He made it. All right, now Bob Reynolds trailing by 17 pins at the moment. Opposite a spare, he has a strike up on the board in the 8th. And let's see what he can do. Remember, Peter Flynn had a 3-pin lead coming into this 3rd string and has extended that to 17. Bob was unhappy with that one. First ball got him 8. He turned away as soon as he knew he wasn't going to hit the head pin. For a spare? No. 2 full on the head pin that time. So the best he can do here in the 9th is a 10. Nope, it's a 9. And what he wanted here in the 10th was a strike, and he's going to have to work hard even to try to get a spare out of this. The object pin becomes the 3. And then in each corner, he has the 7 and 10. Piece of rolling wood going over against the 7. There's another piece of wood, but not at a good angle between the 3 and the 10. No, just the 3. Made a 10 by getting the 7 and 10, utilizing the wood. A 105. Peter Flynn needs merely a 103 in order to win it. And he's already done that. And he adds a spare here. So Peter Flynn has successfully defended his title, and he has an opportunity to add some bonus money. 2 marks in a row, going for 3 in a row. Well, it's 5, but it's going to be a tough shot using the 3. But he made it. Well deserved. $50 in bonus money for that one. Despite the fact that he's won the match, he did not put 3 marks together until just now. Adds 5 more. So Peter Flynn rolls a 127 third string to make it 2 in a row. But he still hasn't hit that high score, which is what he wants to do, so that he can be in the True Value Championship when we roll it again the end of next August. Final score today, Peter Flynn defends his title against Bob Reynolds, 387 to 362. Dollars in the home viewer jackpot, and our total, both bowlers combined, is $749 today. That means if I draw a card that has a guess anywhere from $739 to $759, they will win that $750. But regardless how close it is or how far away, that person will be rewarded with these prizes.
A Regina electric broom. No more vacuuming. From now on, it's the Regina electric broom, the lightweight, easy way to make cleaning a breeze. Regina electric broom makes a perfect gift. And Jovan Florals, delicate island gardenia, sultry night-blooming jasmine, elegant black orchid, passionate tropical iris, elusive oriental lotus. Every woman's right to a little indulgence. And Schaefer fashion pens, fine writing instruments that are also fashion accessories. Twist action ballpoint, 23-karat gold electroplated accents in a range of colors.
Okay, when we have a winner, of course, we'll empty this thing out, which will be fine by me, and start all over again with something else. All right, let's see. $739 to $759 for a winner. Let's see. Aristine Weber, Whitman, Massachusetts, and her guest is $732. So it's $800 next week. $125 in the high-low jackpot, and Peter Flynn gets first try at it. Okay, Bob. Ooh, so close. Stay here, Bob, if you would, please. The smaller trophy.
I deserve it.
I know it was a disappointing day for you. Yeah. And I think about the 408 you rolled once before and the 425. Well, let's see. For consolation prizes, we have $200 in bonus money plus $300. And that's a little bit better than one day's work at Thayer Pharmacy.
That's true.
But you're still, I'm sure, a champion as far as they're concerned, right?
I don't know about after today, but...
well, listen, you're still a fine
it's another
bowler.
day.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Peter. Peter gets the big trophy. And is this Sean or Craig? This is Craig.
Sean's in school. He's getting big now, Don.
Oh, Sean's in school. Hi, Craig. How are you? Pretty good? Okay. Daddy just won $700 plus $150 in bonus money, plus a $50 gift certificate from True Value Hardware Stores, plus a trophy from the Ace Trophy Company, and he is our champion. Is he a champion to you? You bet your life he is, yeah. Let's see who your challenger is going to be. Owen Martin from Sanford, Maine. He's come all the way down. Oh, you want to take my cards? You want to be the announcer?
Say bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. For Peter Flynn and for Craig, Don Gillis says bye-bye, everybody.